Let's dive right in. Okay, so what if I told you that most folks who think they're managing their money well are actually just managing their leftovers? Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're completely tearing down the way you think about your bank account. We're looking at a wildly effective method called the zero-based budget. And look, this isn't about restricting your life, it's about taking total, absolute control of your finances. So honestly ask yourself, are you running your money or is your money running you? Think about it. Where did your money go last month? I really want to challenge you on this. Can you recall exactly, and I mean literally down to the dollar, where every single cent of your hard-earned income went? Not just a rough guess. Not, well, I think I spent a lot on groceries and maybe a few online orders. I mean exactly. If you hesitated just now, or if you kind of felt a slight knot in your stomach, hey, don't worry, you are absolutely not alone. Because studies show that for the average person, nearly 1/3 of their income just evaporates. Poof, gone, every single month. And the wild part about this, it's not because they're out there buying luxury cars or whatever. It's simply because that money was never assigned a job before it was spent. It just slipped right through the cracks of a vague mental budget. Section 1, the zero-based solution. Give every dollar a job. Now, to be totally clear, zero-based budgeting doesn't mean your bank account actually drops to $0. It's a structured system built on one simple formula. Income minus expenses equals $0. That's the entire mathematical foundation right there. It means that at the end of building your budget, every single dollar has a job. If you bring home $4,000 a month, your budget accounts for all $4,000. Whether that's for rent, groceries, aggressively saving, or yes, even guilt-free fun money. Absolutely nothing floats around unassigned. And this concept actually has some serious corporate weight behind it. It was created back in the 1970s by an accountant named Peter Pyer over at Texas Instruments. Originally, it was this ruthless corporate tool where companies had to justify every single line of spending from scratch every year, rather than just blindly rolling over the previous year's budget. Fast forward to the 1990s, financial educators like Dave Ramsey adapted it for personal finance. And today, it stands as arguably the world's absolute top budgeting method. Section 2, why this actually works. Confronting the leftovers. To understand why this is such a financial superpower, we kind of have to look at the massive flaws in traditional money management. You know the drill. In a traditional budget, you track your fixed bills, maybe a few big categories, and then you just spend whatever's left however you feel like it. Sound painfully familiar? Well, the problem is that whatever's left tends to vanish into the abyss of forgotten streaming subscriptions, impulsive late-night buys, and endless takeout. The zero-based budget completely eliminates that dangerous gap. There is no whatever's left. There is only intentional spending and intentional saving. Zero unassigned money. And there are 3 huge reasons why this contrast is so incredibly powerful. First, it forces you to confront your priorities. When you assign every dollar, you quickly realize if your spending actually matches up with what you say matters. Like, you say you want to travel, but your budget says you spend $300 a month on random impulse buys? Yeah, the budget tells the truth. Second, it catches those invisible leaks, the $8 here, the $15 there. This method surfaces all of it. And third, it makes saving non-negotiable. Instead of just saving whatever happens to be left over, savings gets a dedicated line item right at the top. You pay yourself first, on purpose. Section 3, your 5-step blueprint, the actionable workshop. Grab a pen because we are going to build your first zero-based budget right now. And hey, you can use a notebook, a spreadsheet, or apps like YNAB or EveryDollar. The tool really doesn't matter, just pick one you'll actually use. Ready? Step 1, write down your monthly take-home income. This is your baseline. Now, if you're a freelancer or have irregular income, just use your lowest expected month as a super conservative baseline, or honestly, just use last month's actual deposit. Got it? Okay, step 2, list every single expense. This is where we get rigorous. Let's rapid fire through these. Housing, rent, mortgage, utilities. Transportation, car payment, gas. Food, and listen to me closely on this one. Split your dining out and your groceries. They are absolutely not the same thing. Health, gym, meds, fun, hobbies, clothes. Debt, credit cards, student loans. Savings, your emergency fund. And definitely don't forget those irregular expenses like annual car registration or holiday gifts. Here is a literal life-changing trick for you. Divide those annual costs by 12 and budget a little bit for them every single month in what's called a sinking fund. Now for step 3, subtract your expenses from your income. If you hit exactly $0, boom, perfect, you're done. If you have money left over, you have to give it a job, put it in savings, or throw it at debt. And if you're in the negative, well, you've got to cut categories until you hit zero. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's honest. Step 4 is to track this daily and adjust. If you overspend on dining out, you must pull that money from another category to cover it. That discipline is what maintains that perfect zero. Finally, step 5, repeat, refine, and master it by month 3. Your first month will absolutely be a messy guessing game, and that is totally normal. Stick with it. Section 4, Win with Money Today. Momentum starts now. You do not have to wait for the first of the month to start taking control. If you're feeling that spark right now, let's capitalize on it. Here are 4 quick wins. First, look at last month's bank statement. Just look at it. See what wild spending jumps out at you. Second, pick your budgeting tool today. Third, open your calendar right now and set a 20-minute appointment with yourself this week to build this out. Treat it like a real meeting. And fourth, this is such a brilliant psychological trick. Give your savings an exact name. Don't just call it savings. Name it Europe Trip Fund. Why? Because named money is protected money. You are way less likely to raid a trip fund for a late-night pizza. I want to slow down for a second and just let this paradigm shift really sink in. Budgeting is not about restriction. It's about permission. When you've given every single dollar a purpose, you can actually spend on fun, completely guilt-free, because it's already in the plan. You can handle a random car repair without spiraling into a panic, because your emergency fund is already sitting there, ready. You literally stop feeling anxious about money because you're no longer reacting to it. You are leading it. So zero-based budgeting transforms vague hopes into concrete realities. It brings absolute clarity to your financial life where there just used to be noise. But it all starts with one simple commitment before the month even begins. So right after this explainer ends, I want you to look at your income, look at your goals, and ask yourself, what job will you give your